Hello again, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of notable people in North Texas. My guest today is well known to many of you because of his restaurant reviews throughout the area. Jay Marks is a Flower Mound resident and real estate agent with a very attractive sideline. Thank you for being here, Jay.
My pleasure.
By the way, I have to start right away by saying Jay was kind enough to bring some pastries from Swirl Bakery. I brought this with him as a restaurant reviewer. I think that's real classy of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Chris is a good friend, and I thought I'd bring some attractive sidelines for you to sample.
And I certainly am going to start right away with one of these.
Good job. Perfect.
And also, he was kind enough to bring us a couple of mugs. So I appreciate that.
Well, keep your coffee hot and your tea cold.
Excellent. So, well, let's begin by telling viewers something about your background.
Well, I am a real estate broker, and I have my own company here in Flower Mound. That's where we're based. I've been in real estate. This October will be my 25th year in the business. Prior to that, I was in the Army for 10 years. And there was a part of the time where I was in the Army selling real estate part-time. So I was only able to sell real estate from about 6 p.m. at night to 9 p.m. at night, 5 days a week and all day on Saturday, because I was a full-time soldier. Before that, I'm from Oklahoma, and my whole family's been in the military, so we all have joined.
Wonderful. And let's get right into your restaurant reviews. How do you select a restaurant?
Well, the restaurant, we call it Foodie Friday, and the whole purpose of it is to give back to the community. So we focus on local-owned restaurants, not national chains. And we try to find them with a story. And so we find new restaurants or existing restaurants that have a story, or we just did Anamia's last week, for example, been around a long time with their relaunch of the restaurant. That's how we select them.
Yeah. Do they know that you're coming to review them?
Yes, they do.
Oh, they do, so
Yeah.
they know when it's back.
Yeah, we've shown up as unannounced a couple of times, and that normally has crazy looks in the chef's eyes. So we.
Yeah, I wonder if you tell them that you're coming, like they say, make something special, make it really perfect.
We do. We call in advance, and we talk about what is a particular menu item or entree you'd like to showcase.
Yeah.
Also, think about some things you'd like to share about you and about the restaurant, your story. We work really hard to tell the story of the restaurant and the chef or the owner along with the food.
Wow, and how many, approximately, how many restaurants do you review in a month, let's say?
So we average 4 to 6 a month, and 4 to 6 a month.
And how long have you been doing this?
4 years.
4 years, wow.
Yeah, 4 years now.
Wow, I know I've read a lot of them, and they've steered me to a lot of the restaurants, and boy, we've enjoyed them because it's good to have some kind of a guide. You know, you don't always know. So many restaurants opening all the time, and we eat out a lot, and we always like to be one of the first people when a new restaurant opens.
Right.
We went to Media just recently and opened a really nice place.
Yeah, that was good. We got a chance to go meet with the chef and the owner of the restaurant in Grapevine at their flagship prior to them coming here to Flower Mound, and we did our review there. It's wonderful.
So let me ask you, what do you look for when you try a new restaurant for a review?
Well, first of all, everyone has their own take on what they're trying to do. Like, for example, Chris, he's a baker, but he also has a phenomenal catering business on the side. Matter of fact, he just won Best of Denton County for catering and desserts this year. He wanted me to share that. We also try to find someone that has a really incredible dish or an incredible story. The Asian restaurant we did 2 weeks ago were Chin refugees from Burma who's been working for the last 10 years to establish themselves in America, and they've been saving their money, literally saving their money as a family to open their own restaurant. Not many people can go from a UN refugee camp in Malaysia to end up owning a restaurant in Flower Mound, Texas. We thought that was an incredible story.
Really, it is. Do you also interview the chefs at these restaurants?
For the most part, yes. Sometimes we can't. We at least get a chance to talk to the owner, but we love to talk to the chef as well. And the reason why I like doing that is because we like to find out why they created this particular dish. Some of the dishes around here are recipes. Bari's Pizza and Salerno's and Chef Salerno at Bistecca all have recipes that have been handed down in their families for generations. You can eat food at Mike Salerno's restaurant, Salerno's on Long Prairie Road, and there's recipes of some of the sauces in there that have been handed down from his great-great-grandmother.
Wow. really? Yeah, it's a good place too. That's been around since we got here.
Right, since
Since
the
we moved
70s.
there, yeah. Incidentally, will you tell me what I'm eating?
You're eating
This
a
is
pecan
wonderful.
praline.
Wonderful.
Yeah, a lot of sugar in that.
Oh, no wonder it's so good.
Yeah, you're gonna feel good in a few minutes,
Well,
that's for sure.
hold on a second. That's
First
gonna be
guy
right.
ever to distract the interviewer. That's the secret right there. No tough questions, bring
That's right.
food.
Oh boy, that'll always make it with me. Do you have a favorite cuisine?
Yes, all of them.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you, I'm from Oklahoma, so I love a good steak.
Me too.
I love steak, I love Asian food. I served in the army in Korea for a year. I love Korean food. There's really not anything I don't like.
Do we have Korean food around?
Well, the closest Korean restaurant that I really, really like is over there in Carrollton and around the H Mart area. There's some phenomenal Korean food here. There's also a small place that offers some Korean dishes here, the Bistro Bangkok.
Yeah, a friend of ours just got back from Korea and was just praising the restaurant, the food. He said, "Wow, fabulous food."
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, as great cuisine because we don't see it that often. How about this? What advice would you give to a restaurant owner to attract diners?
My first advice is to have a small menu. You don't want to offer too much too early. To have a plan on how to connect with the community. What I've discovered doing this now for 4 years is that everybody has their same desire to serve the best and the freshest ingredients and the freshest food that tastes the greatest, and they have a twist on it. There's several pizza places that we go to, and every one of them have a different twist on their pizza, and every one of them tastes different.
Really? Yeah. And so a smaller menu? Figure,
If you have a 12-page menu,
yeah, people get lost in it.
and it creates backlog in the kitchen.
That's right. Good
Right?
idea.
I did not realize to become an expert on restaurants. I love to eat, by the way. That's a fact.
Me too.
You can print that.
Me too.
But have a small menu, have a focus, have a nice dining environment, and do your very, very best. I think that's most important, to get to know your patrons. Get to know them. And when you see them come back, recognize that and thank them for coming back.
Be personable,
Very
sometimes
personable,
visit them
right.
during the, that's
Yeah.
important, yeah.
And so it's really nice now, naturally, because I'm rather public with my going out to eat. Sometimes other patrons recognize me and they'll come over and talk about. I was eating at a restaurant yesterday, and I had 2 different couples come over and talk about our Foodie Friday articles and what I was ordering from the menu. And so it was kind of fun to be able to share that.
Now, suppose you dine at a restaurant and you don't like the food or the service.
Or if the restaurant's not ready.
Yeah.
And that's happened a few times. And what we do there is we very politely let them know that we're not going to write about them yet. What we've discovered that our articles have such impact that on average they get between 50 and 60 customers over the weekend, and an additional 150 customers on average the following week. And so our articles have impact, and we want to prepare them for the rush. Sometimes our articles have caused long lines, and then people don't like to be inconvenienced.
Right.
But we also like to let them know that we'll come back. So if they're not ready, or if something's not right, we'll let them know, hey, we'll come back in a couple weeks, we'll come back in a month. Brand new restaurants get tons of attention already. We try not to get them when they're super new, because they need to kind of work the kinks out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Everyone, when they're new at something, they're not going to be experts at it.
Well, that's very helpful to them, to give them that advice.
Anamias, when they did their remodel, they tore the restaurant apart and back up in 4 days, and they were able to work as if they were never closed, because they've been doing it so long. They had a system.
So you haven't given a bad review then?
I won't give a bad review.
I don't
There's
blame
so
you.
much negativity as it is. I don't participate in that.
Tell us something about your real estate career.
Well, I've been selling real estate for almost 25 years. This year we'll sell between 120 and 130 homes. I own my own company and have my team, and we're based here in Flower Mound. We want to sell real estate and go out to eat.
And finally, speaking of eating, tell us about a new diet you just started.
Well, I call it the empty plate diet.
I noticed
Right?
you're not
Yes,
joining me here.
and I can't, and I won't. I am losing 100 pounds, Bob.
Really?
I'm down 22 pounds. I'm working
Good
out
deal.
at Jesse James Fit. I'm eating very, very clean.
Jesse James
I'm
Fit,
drinking
good place.
lots
good
of water.
place.
And
My
I'm
sister
working.
Lucy Weir is a regular there.
Oh, is
works
she?
out
Well, I'll have
regularly,
to say hi to her if I see her.
Yeah.
But I want to change my physical state. I used to be this incredible paratrooper in the Army, jumping out of planes and climbing down buildings, and now I need to get back to that.
Well, that's great. I just want to say thank you for coming here for this interview. It has been a real treat, and thank you for what you brought. I
my
appreciate it.
pleasure.
I think it was very nice of you to think of that.
I'm honored to be invited.
A real pleasure,
My
Jay.
pleasure, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.